All right. Question 1. Anything else before we start? Now's your time. Done? I'd like you to answer question 1. Decide whether each is true or false and be prepared to explain why. I'll give you about a minute to answer those 4. True or false and why.
Do it the right way.
What?
Do it the right way.
You'd be able to explain why. Leroy, you got the first one?
I think it's false.
False.
I think it's true.
False. I think it's true. Cameron, what do you think? False. All right. Well, what's 4 times negative 6? Negative 24. What is negative 6 plus negative 6 plus negative 6 plus negative 6? Negative 24. So both sides are equal. That one should be true. Also means I have 4 negative 6s, right? B. What's the left side equal on B?
Negative 32.
Negative 32. Let's check the right out. What is negative 8 times 3?
Negative 24.
Negative 24 plus 4.
Negative 28.
Negative 24 plus 4.
Oh, wait.
Negative 20. This is going back from unit 5, adding and subtracting negative numbers and knowing what my signs are. Okay, negative 32 and negative 20. That is false. Next one.
False.
False. True. Okay, again, we have 2 different answers. Can't be both. What's 6 times negative 7?
Negative 42.
So the left side is negative 42. What's 7 times negative 7?
Negative 49.
Negative 49 plus 7.
Negative 42.
Negative 42. That is true. Last one. Dieterle, what do you think? True. Let's check it. What's negative 10 minus another 6?
Negative 16.
Negative 16 on the left. Here I have 2 negatives in a row. That's a plus 6. So negative 10 plus 6.
Negative 4.
Negative 4. So does negative 16 equal negative 4? False. False on that one. All right, next question. Ryer, would you read it, please?
Your teacher will give you some strips of different lengths and fasteners you can use to attach the corners. Use the pieces to build several polygons, including at least 1 triangle and 1 quadrilateral.
All right. You are going to scan this, so get your iPads out.
Okay.
Trey, I'm going to borrow yours. Is that all right?
Then Trey can't do it.
All right. So the directions say, after you have finished, you're going to build at least 1 triangle and 1 quadrilateral. So I'm just going to show you how this works. And then whatever you write down, I want you to just sketch it on this paper with how long it is and then measure the angles. Okay, so here's how it works. The green parts are how you move them. So if you want to move them, you take the green parts. If you want to change the angle of it, you use the orange part. And notice you can't make it any bigger or smaller. All you can do is rotate it. Okay, so for instance, there is one triangle. So I would write that down in my book, having side lengths 3, 4, 5. Then it says measure the angle. See if we can get that to work. Select the 3 points. Okay, so it's got the top at 67 or 63. I don't want help. Center would be 87.9. Doesn't look like I have it perfect. The bottom there should be 90. Okay, but just write down the angles as well using that little angle button. You don't actually have to measure each of them. But it should give you every angle as well. Try to line up the dots the best you can. So make one triangle other than this one using all those shapes. Pick 3 of them. See if you can make a triangle with them. And then it says one quadrilateral. How many sides does a quadrilateral have? 4. So one 4-sided figure, one 3-sided figure. If you have a triangle done, I'd like to see it and I can just show everybody.
Oh, well, I got it right here.
I want to see it on your screen.
Right here.
The same one I have, you got a different
No, it's different.
3, 3, 4. Okay, so Ryer's got a triangle there, 3, 3, 4. And then you'd have to get the angle of that using that angle tool. So that'd be an isosceles triangle.
Hold on, what did you have?
I had 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 3, 4, 5. I already had that one.
And then one quadrilateral.
3, 5, 6. Okay, Parker's got 3, 5, 6. Then I would try to get these angles again. Yeah, Parker, because we'd want this angle and this angle as well.
How do you get the angles?
Use that little angle button, and I think it says touch the 3 dots that you want.
I have a quadrilateral.
And you'll notice that not all of them are going to fit together, so there's some that don't work. Four, 4, 6. Yeah, good. All right, so we've done a lot on the triangles. Anybody got a quadrilateral done, 4-sided figure?
How do you do that?
You hit that angle button, you touch the 3 dots that you want to know the angle of. That's good. That's better, 71, so it should all be cubed, right? You have a quadrilateral then?
Oh, get out of here, angle. Oh. Uh-oh.
How do we get rid of stuff?
I have a quadrilateral done.
The little circle button up in the right-hand corner. Okay, here's one quadrilateral. Trapezoid. And we could get the angles of that again, get the angles by hitting that angle button and tapping the 3 that you need to know. You only have to hit the angle button once. Anybody else have a quadrilateral other than a trapezoid? And these aren't lined up perfect, but with sides of 5, 5, 4, 4, it should be a rectangle.
Oh, that's what I'm doing.
That's what I did.
Okay. Again, they all should be 90.
Mine's different.
Mine's better.
Yours is up and down.
Mine's better.
No, mine is.
Looks like they're all a little bigger than 90. Sometimes it gives you the outside angle, which I'm not sure why.
Thank you.
All right, so the point is everybody drawing the same thing?
No.
No. No.
No.
There are different options. Does anybody draw one that didn't go together? They picked the sides and they couldn't get them to fit? All right, we'll continue to talk about why that happens.
Like this one was.
All right, question 3. Jackson Thornton, would you read it, please? Question 3. Yep,
Diego built a quadrilateral.
quadrilateral.
Using side lengths of 4 and 5 and or 4 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch, and 9 inch. Build shape such a shape.
All right, so quadrilateral means it's 4 sides, right? Basically, we want to know if we can only make one object with it or not. So the sides they have are 4, 5, 6, and 9. So use the 4, 5, 6, and 9. See what kind of shape you can make. Got to use those 4. 4, 5, 6, and 9. You can scan that again.
Oh, can we use the same thing?
Yeah, but if you want to start over,
Oh, I think I want to start over.
so it's not so messy.
Oh, I think I just needed to scroll down a bit. Everything's possible, thank you.
Actually, you're wrong. Everything is possible. Oh, curry nuggets. That won't work. Oh, I have an idea. Here's the knife.
What? No, I haven't built.
Sure you did.
I did. It was sick.
It was sick, he says.
She gave some medicine. Okay, I think I got one.
I made one.
Got one?
Yeah.
Dude, you got one? Oh, no.
I got
You
one.
can't draw it. You got it.
I don't know.
You have no idea it goes to lengths.
I got one.
If you're going to draw it, then you'd actually have to measure in inches or centimeters.
Oh no.
I got one.
I need something lighter.
Yeah, there's one. Got one?
I almost got one.
I don't know if mine looks better than JT's. Mine looks better than JT's.
I almost got one. What?
But it's a difference.
It's better than JT's. It's like green.
All right, so take a look at these two. Similar, but are they exactly the same? Are they all going to have the same angle? No. So are those two shapes the same? No. Did they fit the criteria, though, of what Diego was drawing? Yes. Okay. So to answer that question, build such a shape you did. You could even sketch it there if you want. Is your shape an identical copy to everybody else's? No. Explain your reasoning. They have different angles. So just because the sides are all the same doesn't make the shapes the same. You just proved it. Those two were different. They were similar, yes, but the angles were different. So just because the sides are the same length doesn't mean you're going to get the same shape. Okay, think about it as, let's say you have a square and all sides are 4. That is not the only shape you can draw with all sides 4. You could draw a quadrilateral, parallelogram with all sides 4. Okay, so just because the sides are the same doesn't make it the same shape. Try number 2. 4, 5, and 8, just 3 of them now, making a triangle. It's a triangle, 4, 5, and 8.
Already? Yeah. It's easy, guys. Is it wrong? Please say it. Well, I made that one. Yep.
Got one.
You got one, alright?
What about the right angle?
That's the same thing.
So you copied.
Mine's better than yours, Jackson.
That's what I got.
All right, now, are these two the same?
Oh, no.
Well, these aren't connected quite here.
No! Ryer.
Okay? If you were to do the angles, or if I were to trace this one and put it over here, it would be the exact same. So here, this angle, or the sides are all 4, 5, and 8. If you were to measure the angles, again, this is going to be a little different because the sides are off. Let's just check it. 36. Let's check it on this one. What's 360 minus 328? 360 minus 328.
42.
Ryer, you need to do more angle on yours.
32? Okay, that's pretty close. And again, this one might be a little big because these aren't connected. This would have to be moved over a little bit. See that? Okay, but all the angles would be the same. So in this one, they are the same because the sides and the angles are the same.
Look at mine. It's the same one as.
Sides and the angles are the same for
Oh,
number 2.
that's what I did.
So is it identical? Yes, it should be. Okay, last one I want you to try to build. Number 4. Han is building a polygon using 3, 4, and 9.
Wait, what's a polygon?
Any shape. 3, 4, and 9.
That's so weird.
That's a weird combination.
It's so weird. Well, I already got a good idea. I don't think you can do that. How are we supposed to do that? It's impossible. They're impossible. Okay? It's not working.
It's not even possible.
Does it have to be a shape?
Yeah.
Gonna be a line.
Okay, I
Nope.
made like a square.
Can
you make a right angle?
Sure.
I made like a.
You can make a right angle.
Does this count? There's a big line.
Nope.
We add
I
this
feel
up,
like
you
I'm
got
really
one.
close.
Well, I made a right angle.
You can't,
Trey,
I don't think you can do it.
you cannot do it. Hopefully you're having trouble with it.
Well, I made
What do you notice? You cannot make a shape. You cannot make a triangle.
It's impossible.
You can make a quadrilateral if you had another side,
Like,
but it only gave you 3 sides. Here's why. Okay. I'm going to call it, we'll just go A and B. Your small 2 sides of a triangle, if you add them together, must be more than the longest side of the triangle. That's how you'll be able to tell if 3 numbers make a triangle. The 2 small sides must be bigger than the longest side. So if you look here, 3 plus 4, is that bigger than 9?
No.
That is why you don't get a triangle. The 2 small sides have to add up to be more than the longest side. So make sure you have that written down. So if you see 3 numbers, you will easily be able to tell if it can make a triangle or not.
Let's just get a chainsaw and cut that little line. It's like,
I want to see you do that, JJ.
All right, bottom of page 49. Couple things here just to point out. Those are 3 different quadrilaterals, 4-sided shapes that have all the same side lengths. Okay, so once again there, I have 4 different side lengths, 4 side lengths, 4 side lengths, makes different figures. Okay, you could even check the angles and you can tell they're going to be different shapes. If you are ever going to try to sketch this out and you're not going to draw them out with your iPad, you need to use centimeters or inches. Okay, you just can't like this one. Okay, I can't go, well, this is 3, this is 4, this must be 9. Okay, it doesn't work like that. You can't just simply sketch it. If I'm going to do that, you have to use centimeters or inches or the drawing tools that you just used on your iPad. Does that make sense? This doesn't work. That makes it look like it's possible, and as you found out, it is not. So you can't simply just sketch it. Okay, take a look at your homework. Just 6 questions here, page 50 and 51. Okay, this one is asking you if you can make a quadrilateral that is not identical using the 4 sides. So if I have 6 and 3 for a rectangle, is it possible to make another quadrilateral? Maybe use that drawing tool to help you out on that one. Okay, number 2, come up with an example of 3 side lengths that cannot possibly make a triangle. Explain how you know. Can't use this one. Can't use the one we did. Come up with 3 that will not make a triangle and explain how you know. Question number 3, self-explanatory. Find x, y, and z using the properties of angles that we've talked about. Question number 4, 4 parts here. How many 90-degree angles are needed to make 360? How many 90 is needed to make 180, and so on. Question number 5, 4 parts to this one. We're going to have to solve this, Jack, not multiple choice. Solve it for x. Solve it for w. Solve it for z. Solve it for v. Let's pick one of those and do it together.
V.
The v one?
The top one.
Okay. So decimal one, they all have parentheses. So your first step is going to be divide by what's ever in front of the parenthesis. What's in front of the parenthesis on that one? 0.08. So you have a calculator. Somebody take 0.832 divided by 0.08. Anybody confirm that?
Yeah.
All right, now I got this positive 7.97. How do I get rid of a positive 7.97? Subtract 7.97. So 10.4 minus 7.97. Answer. Okay, so that one's done. You also have 2 fraction ones to do and 1 more decimal. The steps are all the same. Question number 6, you can make a table to help you out with that one if you want. 4 bottles of water cost $7. How many bottles can you get for 28? $20 to buy 5 sandwiches. How much does it cost for 8 sandwiches? It says make a table if you get stuck.